Greetings, welcome. This is Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com, where we've got easy, cheap land. Today I'd like to show you a really easy, cheap one. And this one, let's go to Arkansas. Let's pull up the location, Arkansas, Izard County, and let's filter down to just that county. And this one I want to talk about today is the one titled Paved Road, Power Line, and Full of Pine Trees. I'm asking $99 a month for this one. And I've got more information on the website about it, but I wanted to point out the GPS coordinates on here. If you click on that in your cell phone, you can get driving directions to the property. If you click on it in the computer, you get a fancy Google map of the property where you can zoom in on it. In this particular property, let's see if it happens here. Maybe I'm going a little too fast for the computer. Let's try that again. So here we go. We zoom in on that thing. You can see it's got a neighbor to the south, and this property is just to the north of this house. If we zoom out a little bit more here, you can see there's a power line, power poles running through here, and then it makes a jet off to the side here, and it goes down through here. And it hooks up to that house. So I'm guessing there's a one of those boxes where you can downgrade the power to the house here. So it's probably a really short drop from that box that's hooked up to this house to this property. Probably pretty cheap to tap this into the power grid. There's farmers' fields just behind the property here, and they've got a pond, just a couple ponds. So I'm guessing it's really shallow to drill for water. Here's another pond. There's 3 ponds. Numerous ponds in the area, so it's probably really easy to tap into the local water table. And it's pine trees. It's just pine trees here. So if we zoom in some more, we get to see the street view. This was taken November 2013. Google drove through here, and so in November there's still a little green in the grass, but it's more deadish than summer-like, and some of the leaves are brown, but the pine trees are still green as green can be. So it's a thick pine tree lot. I'm not sure what kind of pine trees those are, but you see the neighbors got their mailbox out here, and we got the trash can set up at the end of the road. And maybe they're protecting the bushes, I'm not sure, but just a basic house that the neighbors got, paved driveway, and just quiet little street that they're on, North Van Winkle Road. So this is it. This would be your property, be back in these woods. And he's left some trees here before it gets into your property, so you probably wouldn't really even be able to see them, but you could still tap into the power. There's the power line I was telling you about that crosses the road just a little further up. And so from here, you can play around. You can go check out the neighborhood and everything without even going there if you like. But I'd recommend you go there. And if you want to buy this property, if you're staying on the property, you can go to my website. You can hit the Buy It Now button. You can put your title information in there. While you're staying on the property, or pretty much anywhere else in the world, put the name you want to own the property in, tax address that you want the future tax bills sent to, and contact information in case you have any questions. You basically hit next and put your credit card information in there, and it's your property. You can start using it. So back to this property. So let's say we wanted to get to the grocery store or something to do. What's going on, right? So I found the grocery store in the local town here, 2 miles away. 5-minute drive. What's going on? I thought I had it mapped out. Here we go. From 606 North Van Winkle Drive, that's the property, down past the lake, around the airport, over by the Dollar General and some different stores and stuff. There's Ron's Fine Foods, so that's the closest grocery I could find. If you want to go get more supplies, there's Walmart, and the next town over is Ash Flats, 10 miles away. That looks like an easy drive through the countryside to Ash Flat, and more people, more supplies and stuff over there. I was looking at the property lines in this other software, and you can see the farmer's field out here again. There's just a lot of trees, so there's some trees between you and this neighbor house, you could hide in the woods, you could chop them down, or you could build a driveway, you could do whatever you want. You know, it'd be your property. But that's the property line of the thing. And then I was looking. Let's go back a little bit. Zoom out. You know, so let's say we're going to that grocery store. We drive south down this Van Winkle Drive. You get to Crown Lake. I was thinking this might be a boat launch here. I'm not exactly sure if that's the boat launch. It kind of looks like a dock of some kind, more of a park. But I'm sure there's a boat launch around this lake somewhere if I look around, because there's all kinds of boats in the lake. And, you know, there's got to be a good, easy launching place. This might even be a beach here. Somebody put a beach in. But I saw pictures of people swimming at different places, and I'm sure you can launch the boat into this lake. Not exactly sure where, but I'm sure you can get in there. Here, look at this. This might be it. There's a marina. There's a boat launch with some boat houses and a beach. There's lots of places, I'm sure, to access this lake. It's just down the street from your house. And I found some fishing pictures of what people are doing. Yeah, here we go. Here's a picture of the lake. Here's some people canoeing and some people swimming in the lake. Here's a different picture of the lake. You know, it's a grassy, tree-lined kind of lake with docks, and people have boats on the lake. And fishing. You know, they're catching crappie and bass. I think it's a largemouth bass. I saw some striper too. Let's see. Look at this guy. It's such a big striper. The Fish and Game wanted to get their picture of that one. Oh, it's a big old striper. I think that's a striper. I might be mistaken, but saying state record. Maybe that came out of the same lake. But there's fishing. It's good entertainment. Oh, here's the boat launch we were just looking at. There you go. There's a marina or a dock. You can get your boat, you know, rent a spot to keep your boat so you don't have to drag it back and forth. Or drag it back and forth. So that's the idea. That's the property. This is going back to my website. This is where you can buy it, ruralvacantland.com. And it's titled Paved Road Power Line Full of Pine Trees. $99 a month, 36 months. If you want to pay cash for it, there's a little inquire now form. Put your name, email, put your message in there. Say, hey Luke, I really like that property. How about, you know, make me a cash offer? I'm always open. Or you want some other payment terms, or let me know what you like. I'll try to help. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com.